Is it on? Yes. Hello everybody, my name is Screaming Alex, and welcome back once again to White Day. The last time I mostly spent the episode doing a lot of backtracking off screen. There is still a lot more backtracking I need to do. There's stuff to do with like the paper cranes, the combinable key things, and a few other things, like the map pieces. But first I'm gonna do the story, and try and get, at least till I get the token for the next area. Now, once I do get the token, then I'll probably do the backtrack again, try and see what else I probably need to do. So, last on story-wise, we made it to the pool, but you guys didn't get to see that part because my OBS and capture card decided to hate me. So, I have an idea for the pool area. You piece of shite. This motherfucker janitor. Nah, I'm going up. There's stuff I need to do up here. So over at this pool, I have an idea of using the little. Okay, theory correct. I was gonna say maybe I can use the L rods, kind of like a dowsing rod. Aren't you? What the? Did it tell me what path to go? Wait, which way's which then? Also, I need to be careful about the witch lady. Okay. So apparently X is not the way to go. Thanks. I don't know if you're a siren or a mermaid or whatever the hell you are. What? I'm sorry. Where's the path? Wait, hold up. Can she get me while I'm trying to walk above water like I'm goddamn Jesus? Oh no. You can't be serious. Yeah. Great. We're having soy milk. One box lunch. I'll save it for now. Wait. Huh? You confusing me, dowsing rods! I don't like this dowsing rod nonsense here. What's the path? Lady, help me here. I don't understand how. What? I don't understand this. This shit confusing. What is this maze shite? Okay. I've gone this far. I'm gonna go ahead and eat the lunch. You can't be serious. What is this? I just go over here. Thank you. Suck it, siren and or mermaid. Well, I don't think you're a siren. You're not exactly singing. I just hear the... Nope, nope. What's this? What's this first? Blue coin. Yay. I could buy a box. Well, I could buy 2 soy milks. There's something down there. Is this to drain it? Valve is not turning anymore. I drained the pool. Yeah, like a weird mermaid. Oh, so, okay, it did not take that long to get the token, I guess. Wait, there's something over here. Another coin. Small blue key. Okay, another key I can use. Great, that's gonna be great for the backtracking. Now that I got the token, I'm gonna do the backtracking thing I promised. Let me go back over to where I'm at, over here. No, I'm gonna go for this way. I'll go ahead and do the backtracking stuff, so you guys don't have to see it. I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, so here's one of the things I want to do. I don't know if this is most likely a ghost story, but just in case. Oh no, this is a room where a dying message. Nobody recognizes me. How much I care and love my students, only meant for the kids to grow up good and polite. But they only complain how harsh I am without thinking about how I feel. I can endure this. Someday the students will see me differently. Why is some of the stuff capitalized in there? Is it for a code? O-U-R-S-X. Yes, that has to happen. There was a junior year kid who died while sneaking out of the dorm from my watch. I am so terrified that the kid would take such an extraordinary route. It's like I am raising them. Lately, I've been down myself, slowly convincing that maybe I am in the wrong. Where did it begin to go wrong? Oh my god, how much is there? Okay, not too much. I just heard a rumor today. It was about the kid who recently died. The rumor said maybe I killed the kid myself. Jeez, my side hurts. I was so bewildered and angry that I could not say anything. Something snapped inside me. My true intentions will never make its way to them. I am sick of everything. The quieter I get, the louder they buzz like a swarm of disgusting flies. They keep buzzing in my ear. No one is going to save me but myself. I gain nothing from holding back. I can't hold anymore. Today I'll make an example out of someone. It will never be noisy again. This war, a war will not end until one of us is gone. This teacher sounds like he got some problems. Okay, I'm going to do some more backtracking. I'll see you guys in a minute. Wow. Okay, so I used... through the document, I used the uppercase letters that are randomly in sentences, and it made a sequence of numbers. I used that on one of the locked door, like little locked box things on the walls. Literally in the next room over from this. It got me a little master key, which can open literally all the lockers, and yeah, so that took a while just to find this one, except it was literally underneath this one, where the typewriter is. But now, I have a ghost story for y'all. Ghost of a house parent. Wait, give me a minute, let me grab my water from over here. Because, if I'm gonna read, I'm gonna need to be hydrated. Gotcha. Ugh, water's warm. Oh. Ghost of a house parent. At times of its establishment, Y High School was in the middle of nowhere at the base of a mountain with hardly any human traffic. To this reason, Y High School had dormitories for the students. In the female dorm there was a notorious house mother, Miss C, whom everyone was afraid of. Coming from a good-feeling background, she demanded that these students behaved and follow rules. At all times. Must be your first teaching gig if you think that's gonna work. She would give harsh punishment. I wish I could speak sometimes. Jeez. She would give harsh punishments for any violation of the rules. And this caused many students to complain about her. It was a little after the midterm when a junior fell out of a 3rd floor window and died. Yow. She tried to sneak out of the dorms while evading the house members' wash glass to celebrate the end of the midterms. It's midterms. Are midterms supposed to be similar to like report cards? Because nobody cares about midterms over here. We just care about the report cards. And semester average as well. But for some reason, the rumor spread that the girl committed suicide because of Miss C. Or even worse, that Miss C had killed the girl herself. Oh, this is a story about... Oh, this is about the person from the dying message. Miss C was in great shock for a while. She stayed silent as if her spirit was broken. Students were happy about this change and secretly kept an eye on Miss C to see if she would return to her old self. Then came the incident that riled up all the students. Miss C was doing her rounds and found a student whose hair was longer than regulation. Who cares about long hair? Miss C took the students to the bathroom and cut the girl's hair. Oh, I would have been so mad. But when that happened, the student and all of her friends surrounded Miss C in protest against her harsh punishment and strict rules. At first it was... Geez, why is my throat against me today? At first it was only a few students who spoke up, and one by one they were joined by other angry voices opposing Miss C. And soon enough, every student from the female dorm started protesting against her. Anyway, Miss C looked an angry glare met her gaze. Ugh. Finally, Miss C broke under all pressure and her own pent-up emotions, and she ran out of the dorm screaming like a madwoman. None of these students cared. No one went after her trying to calm her down. In the Miss C's body was found on a nearby mountain a few days after she went missing. Since then, people started reporting that they seen the ghost of Miss C. The rumor spread quickly, and the ghouls in the dormitory suffered from insomnia and fear. Eventually, the dorm had to be shut down, even so there are still sporadic reports of signs of Miss C's ghost. Okay, is this a ghost we've seen before? I have one guess. Due to this part over here, where it said Miss C took the student's bathroom to cut the girl's hair. If you remember, in I can't remember if it was this building. Yeah, I think it was on like 3rd floor, 2nd floor. In a girl's bathroom, there was that one ghost with a pair of scissors. The one that came from the stall. I think this might be her ghost. Because, well, she's in the bathroom and she was holding a pair of scissors, which people use to cut hair. So that's my guess on who this ghost is. Okay. That's the only one I've gotten so far. I'm pause the video and do some more backtracking. I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, I don't know what just happened, but I'm hearing voices. Can't be used from this side. I'm hearing voices. Hi. You good? That girl had no eyes. I don't What? I don't understand. The map pieces! I'm missing one. Oh, that's gonna be annoying. Oh, I'm gonna go on a whole search. I'll be back in a minute, guys. I'll be back in a minute. Okay, I found the last map piece. It was in the third building. So I go from 1st to 3rd, and then all the way back here to 1st. Got a ghost story. Yes! Getting closer to getting all the ghost stories. So I got almost all the ghost characters except for one. And also the mannequin, but I've tried him a few times today as well, and I think I missed my opportunity to get him. But we already got him on the video, so I think that counts for me at least. An incorrectly solved map problem. Nehai is... Oh, I apologize, just got eating lunch. A junior year student at Y High School was a top student, smart and outgoing. She was especially adored by her homeroom teacher. Perhaps that's why she was always full of herself. I've met too many people who were like that. When the teacher was around, she would act snotty as if she was better than everyone else in her class. Yep, I know way too many people like that. None of her classmates liked her, yep. Everyone avoided her, but Nehiyai could not care less. What does it matter what they say or think about me? They're all losers. Nehiyai thought to herself. Nehiyai was prideful and had a large ego. Then one cool autumn day, the subject for 5th period was math. The subject that the homeroom teacher taught was right after lunch, and with a cool breeze coming in from the window, most students were nodding off during the lesson. Damn, that sounds like the best place to actually take a nap, not gonna lie. After eating that cool breeze, that sounds like a nice place for a nap. To wake the class up, the irritated teacher called a few students to board to solve some math problems. Nihai was one of the students who was called up. One by one, students returned to their seat after solving their problem. These problems were easy, no one got them wrong. Except Nehiyai. She had read the question wrong and incorrectly solved the problem. This was unheard of considering her skill in math. In front of the whole class, the teacher rebuked Nehiyai, saying that it was a stupid mistake. The teacher told for Nehiyai to remember the embarrassment and never make the same mistake again. Nehiyai could not lift her head out of the shame. Her face turned bright red. The kids could not stop snickering. The fact that the teacher's pet was being scolded right in front of him was fun and satisfying. When the teacher left at the end of the lesson, all the kids started talking about what just happened to Nehiyai. Jeez. They sounded excited that they finally had something to hold over her. Nehiyai was angry. She blamed the teacher who embarrassed her in front of class. She hated her classmates who took it as an opportunity to talk behind her back even more. She was angry at herself for getting the stupid question wrong. Even when she went home after school, she could not get it out of her mind. Excuse me. Oh, she hated her eyes for reading the question wrong. It's not my fault. She rationalized to herself that the problem was not her, but her eyes. Soon a terrible sound was heard, and the workbook on her desk was splattered with red. Oh, I know what book he's talking about. I got the book. Next day, Nehiyai's classmates trembled with fear when it was announced that Nehiyai had committed suicide by digging her own eyes out with a knife. After this happened, a rumor spread that whenever a math problem is left on the chalkboard, Nehiyai's ghost is summoned. It said that the ghost would stare at the problem on the chalkboard, but the eye sockets would be empty holes. We have that book. Bloody workbook. A math workbook. Nice. Okay. So there's still more backtrack I'm going to do. So I'll see you guys in a minute. Found another ghost story. This one was in the first area of the game, actually. Where we used a wooden handle thing we got from the principal's room. I think it's that where I got from. I can't remember. A boy kills girl. Ji Seob, a new transfer student to Y High School, had recently heard a horror story about the school from a classmate. So of course all nights, the night he had to come back to school to grab something he left was a stormy night. Great. Quiet pouring of the rain reminded him too much of the scary story. Only a few years before, there was a student named Ji Hai. She was dating a boy named Young Ho, who shared the same homeroom with her. Jeez. During the first 2 years of school, when they were in senior year, they were assigned to different rooms. Sorry. Ji Hai began dating Ho Young, who was in the same room as her. Young Ho could not accept such a sudden breakup after dating Ji Hai for 2 years. He tried multiple times to go see her and plead his case, but Ji Hai completely ignored him. Growing more resentful with each rejection, Young Ho began to hate Ji Hai. One day, Young Ho decided to go see Ji Hai one last time in her homeroom during lunch break. Ji Hai, just like all the times before, was cold and cruel and ignored his pleas. Enraged, Young Ho took out the knife he brought with him. Jeez, man, accept the rejection. Of course, he wasn't planning on hurting her. He wanted to mend his wounded ego by watching her tremble, seeing her finally acknowledge him. But Ji Hai knew him all too well. She knew that even though he acted tough, he was just a narrow-minded, scared little boy. Seeing his desperate attempt. What? Seeing his desperate attempt with the knife made him repulsive, such that she became very angry at him. Jeez, I can't read today. She called him names and taunted him that he would never have the guts to actually use a knife. At last, her taunting worked. Mi Young-ho, momentarily blinded by rage, swung his knife and stabbed Ji-hai. Ji-hai fell to the ground, her blood running across the entire floor. Young-ho, scared and confused by the scene, went berserk. Mi Young-ho, flashing his knife crazily around him, no one dared to go near Ji-hai. They could only watch from afar as she bled out. Since that day, there is said to have been sightings of a female ghost lying down on the floor as they sleep. That's the one who was on the floor of those rooms we found a few times. We had to find it like 3 or 4 times, and then we unlocked her encounter. That's who this one's talking about. This is the ghost for the story. GCO tried to block the story from his mind when he reached the classroom. When he opened the door, though, his efforts were in vain and he tripped, falling backwards in terror. He saw a girl lying on the ground in the dark like she was fast asleep. Interesting. Okay. Still more backtracking, so I'll see you guys in a minute. Okay, I think I finished backtracking because I literally got achievements saying that I got all the ghost stories. So, let's go check out these ghost stories, shall we? Let's go. And I'll probably be it for the video. Once again, because just like last time, while a lot of it's off screen, it's been a good bit of going back and forth between places for me. So, let's go, shall we? Virtual spirit of the house mother? Yeah, that's right, this one about Missy? Yeah. The invincible voice. Oh, this is the one about the... Wait, what are you even called? Are you just called the invincible voice? Why the tail? Let's read the story, because this is one I've unlocked that I haven't read yet. Although it was early in the morning, the whole school was filled with an uneasy buzz. Chio Min, a student, was found conscious in the hallway. This particular hallway was a passage between the main building and the new building, and it was rarely used. It was built with an interesting design that puzzled all those who set eyes on it. You're not wrong. Wow, that's weird. Its purpose was supposed to be a bridge that connects one building to another. It was shaped like a tunnel with fluorescent lighting, but not one window. True. This may seem creepy even during the daytime. It's creepy no matter what. It's weird design. What's more, getting to the other building wasn't a straight path, but instead twisted and turned. All of that combined made fewer and fewer students use the walkway, and the less that people used it, the more creepy the rumors about it became. One rumor said that while walking down the passageway, which felt like walking into a cave, there were sounds of footsteps either behind or coming from the front. Either way, you'd never seen one there. Another rumor said that if you enter this hallway in the middle of the night, you'll never get to the other building, but instead get lost in a labyrinth of corridors until the break of dawn. That is kind of what happened. The night before the accident took place, Chio Min told his friend he didn't believe in such a bogus story. Being a teenager, they dared Chio Min to prove himself. You got nothing to prove except that you're an idiot. So that's why you're doing this. So Chio Min and his friends came to school in the middle of the night. Of course he did. The test Chio Min was given simple. He only had to go through the pathway to get to the other bridge building and bring back an object from a classroom. Idiots. Chio Min wasted no time beginning this easy venture and quickly opened the door to the passageway. He disappeared into the darkness and the door shut behind him. When Chio Min was alone, he realized it was scarier than he had imagined. The passageway was without a single window, and all he could see were the small patches of light like islands in a pitch-black sea. Chio Min shivered and began to regret making this bet with his friends. You idiot. And the sound of his footsteps echoed loudly in the hallway. It felt like something from darkness could be coming running out at him at any second. Chio Min gathered together what courage he had left and started walking as fast as he could. Idiot. That's when somebody passed by him and lightly brushed his neck, making a metallic sound. His hair stood on end. He felt like someone was right behind him. Was he hearing things? He thought he also heard faint laughter. Chio Min, clenching his teeth, bravely turned around. Nothing was there except for an empty hallway and darkness. Chio Min, who had been scared to death, was a bit relieved. Until right at the moment he heard a whisper. What are you doing here? Terrified, Chio Min ran as fast as he could, screaming. It didn't matter how fast or how far he ran. He would never be able to make it to the building on the other side. Ugh, give me a minute. And yes, I got a different drink now. I would love me some sweet tea. Whenever he was outside. At last, Shulman suffered a panic attack and was knocked unconscious. His friends at Wayland for a long time all returned home. They left him there? Oh wow, that is some friends right there. He just left him. Everyone was so worried for Shulman, yet no one's just going to look for him. Wow. Now that is some friends, but I would be the same way. You'll dumb self side go in there. I'ma leave you there. So that's how Min was found lying unconscious in the patchway the next day. From that day on, the students have called this patchway the Impassable Bridge or the Labyrinth. Okay, but that does not explain the tale! I guess the ghost was a furry, I guess. This whole story, it does not explain the tale. Look at this here. There's a tale. What? I'm confused here. I thought this might explain something about why the picture of the ghost has a tail. Because we didn't actually see the ghost. We just saw claw marks, singing, and then yelling. Just move on. The lying female student. Yes, this one read about the one with knife. Read about you. Read about baby soul. Is this one new? I crush on no art teacher of Y High School. I want to feel for him. I'm gonna read it anyway because I don't remember. Seo Hyun had a crush on the new art teacher at Y High School. This art teacher was young and talented, and Seo Hyun wasn't the only girl who fell for him. Desperate to become his favorite student, she gave her all in her art class. She had always been gifted with her hands since she was a child. She soon became his star pupil. God, all this reading. Seo. Oh God. Hyun's talent, so our teacher advised her to apply for an art college? What is wrong with me today? Jeez. I can't read for anything, apparently. This was a dream come true for her, to be left alone in the school of her crush, spending hours to give her practicing art. Strange rumors circulated through the school. The rumor was that there was a teacher dating a student. Oh boy. He made his way to the ear of the school administration. Soon, the young art teacher left without warning as if he was banished from the school. Wouldn't they call the police? I guess they don't have to call the police if they don't have actual evidence. I guess the way to push it down under the rug, basically, is, I don't know if that's the right term or not, but make the whole situation go away would be to just transfer him to a different school to teach at. I guess that would be the way to do it. Makes sense. The rumor was never confirmed. In the middle of the night, with her favorite teacher gone, Seo Hyun sat alone in the art room. Wait, at night? Why are you there? The faint moonlight through the window rests on her shaky shoulders. Crying mournfully in her hand, she held an unfinished clay doll of a woman. Great care had been taken in forming the clay doll's face. It looked like Seo Hyun. With her eyes full of resentment, she stared at the doll. Next day, the whole school was in shock. The dead body of a female student had been found. It was revealed that the girl had killed herself by overdosing on sleeping pills. Oh boy. Even more shock, however, was that girl was found to be pregnant. The school tried to prevent students from spreading unconfirmed rumors about this accident. But soon the whole school knew, and there was all sorts of theories about the girl and who the father was. A lot of people pointed their finger at our teacher. Don't create rumors unless you have evidence, idiots. After instance, people began to report that they could hear babies crying near the art room. First, their crying was so faint that people merely thought they were hearing things. As time went on, it became so loud and that the vibrations felt like an earthquake. A baby's ghost with its umbilical cord wrapped around its neck, tightly around its neck, was also reported to appear. I don't remember the ghost having it around its neck. I thought the umbilical was just out there, not around its neck. Ooh. Even to this day, they can say that babies go in search of something during shady moonlights. It's imperative you must remember not to follow it. For should you fail to find what the baby wants, it might drag you down into deep darkness instead. Okay. Go outside window. We already did that. That was the one about the, Starved ghost. Now this is a new one. This is the ghost from the, little cafeteria room. The one who kept on grabbing lunch boxes. Young May was a senior high school student. She had never been happy with her body. I feel ya. I'm always gonna be self-conscious about my body. That's just a normal thing. Especially when you're chubby as mine. Oh boy, this just went into a dark place. She was excited to become a university student with only the entrance exam standing in her way, but regretted that she wouldn't get to have any campus romance with her kind of body. She would always say that she was on a diet. The strange thing was that she didn't look overweight to others. Then why go on a diet? The people around her would tease her that she would actually gained a few pounds. Still, young May doubted her words. When she looked in the mirror at the back of the class, she only saw an overweight girl. Look at what a pig I am. How could they call me thin? How could they say I could gain a few pounds? The only conclusion that young May could come to was that they were being sarcastic. Just you wait, I'll become thin. I'll not anything until I am thin. They'll tell me he died from starvation. For that day, young May didn't eat anything and would only drink water. So did you die from starvation? Vitamin deficiency? What about electrolytes? I should probably just read a story. She became thinner by the day until it's to the point where she was skin and bones. She barely had the energy to even move. But she continued her refusal to eat. When she was forced to eat, even just a little, she would always run straight to the bathroom and throw up. She had lost so much weight that watching her walk around school was a creepy sight. Her teacher's friends, who at first had been worried, began to avoid her. Then one day, a new boy transferred to her class. When to make a quick glance, he treated the whole class to pizza and burgers. With the teacher's permission, they served the food in class and held a party. Hey, now that's a way to make friends. I respect that. Everyone was being able to enjoy the food while relaxing and letting go of the stress of preparing for a college exam. Just to spot a young May sitting by herself by the window. In this celebratory mood, she was not eating. The thought never even occurred to him that she was on a diet. He just figured out she didn't get her share yet, so he brought her one of the remaining burgers and a soda. No, I'm not eating. I won't eat anything. I'm still fat in the mirror. Can't you see? Young May stood up and shouted with rage as she pointed at a mirror in the back of the classroom. Suddenly, the classroom went quiet. Her face was contorted with anger. And her eyes gleamed with insanity. Young May started snickering and looking around her. All the kids' eyes were locked on her in fear. To her, it seemed like they were all staring with her eyes filled with disdain. Young May stormed out of the classroom screaming. Nobody moved to stop her. In the end, she was found dead in a nearby mountain, having starved to death. Her classmates tried to figure out what Young May meant with her last words. What did she mean by the mirror? We don't have a mirror in our classroom. Wait, hold up. I'm so fat in the mirror. Can't you see? Pointing at the mirror in the back of the classroom. There's no mirror in the classroom? Oh. Go with a hidden face. I read this one. I don't think so. Yona was a popular girl. Ugh. Not only was she pretty, she's musically talented as well. Winning many awards since she was young, everyone loved her. As often happens in these cases, everyone wanted to be friends with her, and she became egotistical. Why does everyone become egotistical? In contrast, Mi-suk was hardly known by anyone in school. She thought she was ugly. That caused her to have self-confidence issues. We all have those. Even I do. Make her timid and introverted. Due to this, she had no friends to speak of. Even her classmates hardly acknowledged her existence. One day, Aeon was walking the hallway while noisily chatting with her friends. Mi-suk focused on cleaning, didn't realize anyone was there till Aeon ran to her. Mi-suk stumbled and dropped a mop bucket she was carrying, spilling dirt water all over the hallway. Aeon never said sorry. She barely spared a glance at Mi-suk and then walked away silently. Angered, Misuk went after her and demanded an apology. Instead, she was mocked. What are you blubbering about? You're as ugly and dirty as that mop water. Ha ha ha. I'm gonna shove this mop through your eyelid. Just. The other kids snickered in agreement with Eon's cruel mark. Misuk's face turned red with embarrassment and anger. From that day on, she was an easy target for bullying. Every time she walked by, everyone would mock her without caring if she could hear. As time passed on, her resentment towards Aeon grew to hatred for In-Ah. She decided that she would get revenge on In-Ah for what she had started. How pretty does she think she is? Does she think that beauty lasts forever? We'll see about that. This ghost is In-Ah. One day, In-Ah was chatting with her friends in the music appreciation room. Yep, Misuk quietly approached them, and as usual, kids began mocking her. No one paid any attention to the ball she held in her hand. Took the cap off the sulfuric acid! That is... Oh, yeah, that's gonna do things to your face. Through that In-Ah's face. In-Ah screams of pain filled up the room and echoed through the halls. Kids around her scrambled away in horror. Not one soul stayed behind to help In-Ah. In-Ah pleaded for help as she screamed in agony, but Misuk just smiled cruelly and watched her beg. In-Ah's pretty face was eaten away by the acid. She was fortunate to have survived the attack, but left her with a hideous scar covering half her face. There was no trace of former beauty to be found. Out of that incident, she would not go to school, refused to even come out of her house. She broke all the mirrors inside. And her disfigured eyes, being sensitive to light, caused her to keep the house entirely dark. Her depression became so deep that one day it drove her to leap from the roof of the house. They say it was hard to identify her body because she struck the ground face first, destroying what had remained. Since her death, there are rumors of signs of In-Ah's ghost in the music appreciation room. It's said that the ghost always has her back turned, that you'll die if you ever see her face. That's why she kept on, like, covering her face. She's covering her face. Okay. Alright, saw by you. You're the one from the classroom who just went... Oh, we already read this one. Wait, why is your neck turned? I thought you were... Okay, wait a minute, I just realized the photo here. Her neck is, like, turned. And when we saw her, we saw that she had her eyes out. And she didn't have any eyes. But I don't remember her neck being like that. Here it goes. Alright, done that, did that. Can't do the living mannequin because... Well, you guys already know. I might best because I was probably supposed to do it before a certain period in the story. But we did encounter it in video. I didn't complete it because I got grabbed by him, basically. Last one. Shadow in the water, the little mermaid looking thing. Oh, I apologize there again. There's a big pond in Y High School. Since the school was so old and the fish in the pond were large and different from average size, some would even known to understand humans. Wait, hold up. What? Can fish understand humans? I'm gonna look that up later. A female student named Dee really cared for the fish in the pond. She took charge of feeding the fish and cleaning around the pond for the custodian. Whenever she had free time, she would just sit by the pond. That does sound rather peaceful, not gonna lie. I do love aquatic life. Aquatic stuff is really dope. Really cool. Why do I sound like I'm high? I'm just tired because I just got done eating. There's a rumor that the fish did performances for her when she came to pond. Friends called her Dee, the fish princess. Just call her Ariel or something. Like the Little Mermaid from Little Mermaid. Then an infamous bad boy became interested in Dee. He was known to be a thief with a bad temper. He confessed to Dee and said that they should go out, but was rejected on the spot. His ego was bruised and acted revenge by constantly bullying and threatening her. It was really tough on Dee, but she believed that he would lose interest at some point and patiently absorbed it all. Then the accident happened. Oh no. It was raining cats and dogs when the bad boy made his way to the pond and began harassing Dee. Dee had enough of his bullying and yelled at him to stop. Angry, the boy pushed her. Dee stumbled and fell and hit headfirst on a rock. She died instantly. Free being caught, the boy tried to hide her body, chopped her body to pieces, and fed them to the fish in a pond. Yow! Even the blood of Dee was washed away into the pond by the rain. Nobody witnessed this horrendous crime besides the fish. Dee's absence was reported to police and investigation began. were staying with me by friends. Police did an investigation around the pond, but no tracer could be found. Time went on and no further investigation evidence surfaced. Soon the case went cold. Some time passed without incident until a student went missing during gym class at the rooftop swimming pool. Students who saw what happened stated that the missing kid acted as if someone was pulling him underwater. No traces of him could be found even after emptying the pool. In the midst of this mass confusion, the missing boy came up floating in the pond. His body looked had been chewed to bits by animals. It was the same boy who had bullied Dee. He kinda deserved it. A rumor soon circulated that every night when it rains, if you go near the pond or swimming pool, you spy a strange creature. Some people described it as either two ways. It was either a fish that looks human or a human that looks like a fish. Okay, so ghost mermaid over here. Oh, it's raining in the rooftop at the moment. Okay. That's it on the ghost. I did it. This was the one thing I wanted to do the most with this game, was to get all the ghost encounters and their stories. I've done that. The only encounter I couldn't finish was the mannequin one, but I already did that on screen, so I'm completely fine with it. And I've done all the ghost stories. I read them all out loud. I don't know how much longer this game has. I don't think there's too much longer left to it, so next episode might be the last, or an episode of that. But till then, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Don't forget to like, comment, and subscribe since it supports me and the channel. If you guys have any gaming recommendations at all, do leave a few comments down below. But till then, I'll see you guys in the next episode. Stay awesome.